Hello, I'm John Eldridge, and welcome to the Wild at Heart Boot Camp DVD series podcast. We wanted to give you a taste of what men have been coming from all over the world to experience here in Colorado every year. We do these 4-day retreats, these events for men where we dive into the sort of the secret of the masculine soul and how a man's heart is designed and how he loses heart, how God comes to give him back his heart. And so what we want to do is give to you a glimpse of all of the sessions that we do. This is raw, straightforward, no BS talk, man to man, about what it means to be a man, how to love as a man, how to come alive as a man. So welcome. We hope you enjoy this.
It said you can tell where a man is in a battle by what he complains about. If he complains about the beer being too warm, he's not on the front line. If he complains about not having enough ammunition, he's on the front line. You listen to another man and what he complains about, and you can figure out what story he's living in very quickly. You listen to your own heart, and you'll figure out what story you're living in. The secret of your life is written on your heart in cryptic form. And that cryptic form, that code, is in the form of your desires. See, the greatest news I can give you right now is what you are supposed to do, what you were made to do, your role in the story is what you most want to do.
That I am enjoying so much now in my masculine journey is the ability to be in the presence or in the friendship or relationship with women and to know that I can offer my strength, my words, my life with integrity. I can enjoy her presence. I see her beauty, right? And I am not taken in. By now, we can talk about fighting for her. Because there's the disentanglement issues and moving away from a woman in the sense. And by that, I don't mean you divorce her, okay? I mean you stop looking to her for the report card on your life. Now you can talk about going toward a woman and offering your strength. And I'll be honest. I mean, one of the reasons I want to offer my wife my strength is I want the Song of Songs chapter 7, right? I mean, I'm not purely altruistic in this. We are made to enjoy that. I don't want to worship her, but I do want to enjoy her, right? I do. I want to climb the palm tree and pick its fruit, you know? I do. I want all that he's describing there. The legs, the waist, the navel as a rounded goblet. Actually, the Hebrew is not navel. It's not. It's a little lower in the anatomy, but but nobody wants to print that Bible. It's true. It's true. I want to enjoy a woman. And in order to do that, you will have to fight for her. You will. Do you know why this has been so hard? Do you know why it is so friggin' messy and difficult? You go back to Genesis. Who does Satan go after in the garden? Does he go after Adam? He doesn't. Heads up. Think about that for a second. He doesn't go after the warrior king, right? Who does he go after? He goes after Eve, the vulnerable one. You listen to the story of women and the assault on their femininity from their youth. It is absolutely staggering. There is a maliciousness. There is something in the universe that is fiercely devoted to the destruction of femininity, right? It's the evil one. And as you move toward a woman, I'm telling you, you will have to fight for her. It's why you are a warrior. It kind of boils down to this. Her wound is your mission. Her wound is your mission. Now, the Isaiah 61 ministry of Jesus has to come to her as well. And she needs to go through the very things we've been going through this weekend, breaking agreements, recognizing wounds, inviting the healing of Jesus there. However, your strength and your presence can be used so powerfully by God to bring healing to her heart as a woman. Her wound is your mission, right? To go in, to find those places, to speak life, because she still has a question, just like you do. And you can speak to her question. You can, sweetheart, you are worth fighting for. Right? It may be the first time in her life she's ever heard that. And it will take time for her to believe it. Right? But you can fight for her.
I long, don't you, to be free, to be alive, to be whatever God intended Craig McConnell to be. I don't want to be what someone else is, and I don't want to be what others have told me I should be. I want to be who God made me. What words would you use to describe yourself as a man today? What words would you pick? Would you use words like brave, strong, alive, fierce? Or would you use words like nice? Would you pick words like free, honest, vulnerable? Or would you choose words like bound, compelled, hiding? How about the word honest, dangerous, holy? Or would the word safe and religious better describe?
109, David, who you remember was quite a man, warrior, king, lover. He says, Sovereign Lord, out of the goodness of your love, deliver me. For I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. And then later in Psalm 147, he says that God heals the brokenhearted, and he binds up their wounds. Our hearts are wounded. Our hearts are wounded. That's what's under the poser. Poser is just a fig leaf. Poser is just the false self. It's the false self. It's not the real man. The real man is underneath, and quite often the real man is still a boy. Or there are still places in him that feel very weak and very young, lost, uncertain. They feel shameful and disgusting and all of that. And that's what Jesus comes for. So he wants the false self out of the way so that he can minister to the heart. It's the heart that he came to rescue. Listen to the stories in this room. You would hear stories of wounding. You would hear the places in any man's journey where he lost heart. And we begin to realize what we needed to hear from our fathers especially, and what validation is needed in the heart of a boy, and a young man, and a man. And then you listen to the stories of what actually took place. We could fill an ocean with the tears in this room. Worth it. And as I said, so much of masculine initiation and training in the warrior is learning this inner resolve that says, I will not yield my heart to anything. That kind of inner resolve, man, that is the real deal. That's the real warrior, you see. And then whatever's coming at you, it's no. 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 I'm not going to shame, and I'm not going to pride, right? I'm not going to self-reproach and diminishment, and I'm not going to arrogance, right? I'm not going to fear, nor am I going to foolishness in this. I will yield my heart to nothing, right? That's the coming of the warrior. There.
I hope you've enjoyed this taste of our Wild at Heart boot camp sessions. It was just a taste. And so if you want the full experience, come to ransomedheart.com and browse around and see what we're all about.